Briefly, I do want to thank everybody that came out tonight. I thought it was an active crowd that was certainly into the ball game and helped us. I'm happy to win the ball game. Finally settled down a little bit and played a little bit better level on both sides of the ball. I think our special teams responded from last week. We were not overly pleased with our special teams performance just in general last week. I thought they did a good job this week. Changed field position, down punts inside the 20-yard line, covered kicks, did a pretty darn good job. So that being said, I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Slow start again, but you bounced back every time from the slow starts. But this time it's a little different. The offense really didn't start clicking, obviously, until the second quarter.
Yeah, we knew going into the game they were very good up front, and when they possessed the ball in the first quarter for almost the whole quarter, we felt like for our best chance was to wear on them a little bit, and we weren't getting that opportunity. We weren't staying on the field on offense. They had that long drive to start the game that seemed like they had the ball for, I don't know what the actual numbers were, 8 or 9 minutes it seemed like. But then once we kind of got settled down and got in a little bit of a rhythm, we were able to run the ball inside and out a little bit more and have some success.
There were drops tonight.
Well, I think it was, yes, but what I saw were guys trying to do too much, guys trying to run with the ball before they caught it, guys thinking about the move they're going to make before they catch the ball. I also saw some really good catches. Philip Mayhew made a couple of really big-time catches, one on the out route on third down on the sideline. But for whatever reason, there seems to be a little bit of excitement or overexcitement or whatever the term is that prevents us from just playing football early in the game.
So with the defensive effort after the first couple of drives, you whitewashed them the rest of the game.
Yeah, it really settled down, and they hit the long run for their second score, and after that, I felt like our guys really responded, did a good job, mixed up our calls a little bit. We're able to get some pressure on the quarterback and shut them down.
This is the first game that you've been a part of where you had 2 safeties. It's pretty strange.
That is odd. I can't recall another one, but it was pretty weird. You don't usually count on those.
Does a heavy spread like that, not if you're focused on covering the spread, but how much does it play into players' psyche when they're 32-point favorites in a game, which is such a rarity in Memphis?
I don't know. We don't talk about it. We don't talk about the number. I don't know if they're aware of it or not. I feel like our kids felt like they should win the game, and when we were struggling, it's our job as coaches to make sure we don't start pressing or doing things out of our mind or lose our cool because it's not going the way we want it to go. When I watch the team we just played on film, particularly on defense, they can cause you some real problems. They play press man, they play inside, outside leverage. They're very good in the front six. And those are difficult matchups sometimes for us. So, I don't know if our kids are aware of it or not, but the thing you worry about is, which did not happen, but when things don't go well, when you're supposed to win, how do you respond to that? That's a different feeling than when nobody thinks you can win and things don't go well. So they handled that pretty well.
With all the slow starts this season, do you think there's anything in particular that's been common between them, or is it just different things each time?
Well, I don't know. I feel like it's just a little bit of being over anxious. I do. I really feel like we just try and do too much to start with instead of just settle down and play. And I've tried to kind of convey that message. Obviously, I haven't. I'd be happy to convey any other messages you all think work, but I haven't been able to get it across. But I don't feel like it's a lack of preparation. You know, when I watch us, we're out there, it seems like they're anxious to play, and it takes a little while for us to get settled down.
Thoughts on Jamarius? He's such a violent.
He is very violent. He is a very physical player. You know, obviously when we recruited him, he played both ways, played linebacker, is certainly not afraid of contact, and you know, shows up, kind of runs angry, and made some big plays for us.
The Tulane radio broadcast said that after, I think it was a block in the back or something on a big play, and they just, I didn't know that you broke your radio headset. Did you break it?
No, it didn't break. It just got turned.
Penalties, frustration?
Yeah. I mean, they're going to cost us. You know, and as coaches, as me, and being the head coach, if we don't get that point across, obviously I have not. I've failed to these kids in that manner, and it's disappointing. We're going to have to find some other way of motivating them to play smart. The one in question seemed pretty questionable, but there were some others that we certainly deserved.
You said at times when it's an aggressive play, there's a penalty, you can forgive that, but just the penalties tonight,
Well, they're selfish. No other way to describe them. Disappointing. Some of the first kind of tenets of our program, and taking foolish penalties is a selfish act. And it's my job. I'm not pointing the finger. It's my job to get it fixed, or it will cost us. That's a fact. That was my message right in there.
You've got a tough stretch coming up here in the next 3 games. What's going to be the key, I guess, against looking ahead to Navy, but then also to kind of succeeding during the course of those next 3 games?
I don't know. We've got an incredible test versus Navy. I know that. I know we've got other teams to play after that, but this Navy game's going to be tough. I mean, they're obviously run the triple option. It's going to be they can control the ball, possess the ball, or hit you on big plays if you're not sound. Very dangerous team that my understanding is beat South Florida today, and you know, put Notre Dame to the test earlier in the year. So they're as good or better than anybody will play.
Do you take any special precautions with your players when approaching a team as aggressive as Navy to keep them safe? I know they do a lot of cut blocks.
Well, you've got to learn to play the cut block. I mean, that's the first thing. But a lot of people cut. I mean, the difference is, you know, Navy gets the ball to the perimeter and cuts on the perimeter on a consistent basis. But you know, you've got to learn how to play the cut block, and you've got to have proper leverage. That's the key.